Hi, in this lecture we'll talk about the features of the middle cranial fossa. We'll start most anteriorly. Just under the clinoid process, we can see the optic canal. The optic canal allows transmission of the optic nerve, which is cranial nerve 2, as well as the ophthalmic artery, which comes off the internal carotid artery after it passes into the skull. So this is the optic canal on either side, and just here forms the optic chiasm. Next we have the superior orbital fissure, which we can see from this angle, just here. Superior orbital fissure is responsible for the transmission of a few cranial nerves out of the skull, including cranial nerves 3, 4, the first division of cranial nerve 5, the ophthalmic division, and cranial nerve 6, abducens. Next we have foramen rotundum, which we can see here. This foramen rotundum, and it allows the transmission of the second branch of cranial nerve 5, which is the maxillary branch, which supplies sensory sensation of the middle face. Next we have foramen ovale, which is just this nerve, this space here, which allows the transmission of the mandibular branch of cranial nerve 5, as well as the lesser petrosal nerve, which is a branch of the glossopharyngeal nerve after it becomes the tympanic branch. And this is responsible for parasympathetic innervation of the parotid gland. Next we have the foramen spinosum, which is just lateral to foramen ovale, and this is responsible for the transmission of middle meningeal artery and veins, which the middle meningeal artery comes off the maxillary artery, as well as the meningeal branch of cranial nerve 5, the trigeminal nerve, the mandibular division. So the meningeal branch comes off the mandibular branch immediately after it exits foramen ovale, and actually allows transmission of the auriculotemporal nerve in between its two projections from the mandibular division. Next we have foramen lacerum, which is just under this structure, which is the cavernous sinus. So we'll remove this to see foramen lacerum, which is just here. Foramen lacerum is responsible for the transmission of the internal carotid artery after it passes through the carotid canal. So the carotid canal is hard to see from this angle, but it is just here. So the internal carotid artery comes out of the carotid canal, and then it passes through foramen lacerum up this groove here to form the circle of Willis, which supplies the brain, as well as give off the ophthalmic artery, which passes into the optic canal. Finally, we can see the sella turcica, which houses the pituitary gland just here, as well as the trigeminal cave, which, if we can see the trigeminal ganglion on this side, the trigeminal cave is just located here, over the petrosal ridge of the temporal bone.